Yes, good evening. Savva here from Football Heritage TV. How are we all doing? Brighton 4, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Not a good day at the office in any way, shape or form. And serious questions will be asked. There'll be a huge inquest after that match. Big up to absolutely everyone inside. Thank you for anyone that has joined us. Thank you for anyone that joined us during the watch along. This is the show where we will be doing a fan calling show that allows you the chance to call in and have your say. I will listen. We can have a chat about it. Any point you want to make. Trying to keep it football, please, especially after trying to keep it football after everything that happened. So big up, much love to you guys. I'm going to put the link in the chat. If anyone does want to come on and have their say, then let me know. I will put the link in the chat in a minute, but at the moment, let's just reflect. Tottenham losing 4-2 away at Brighton. And it wasn't so much that we lost, it was the manner in which we lost, going 4-0 down. And this is a Brighton team that were ravaged with injuries as well as us. Lots of people before the game predicting 4-0s, 5-0s. We're going to batter Brighton. They're not very good. We're brilliant. This, that, the other. And it just didn't materialise. They were the better team from start to finish. Yes, for the last 10 minutes when we went 4-0 down and decided we were going to start trying to attack. But some questions need to be asked about some of the players there today, surely. Really poor. Big up. Let's have a look and see who's in the chat before we allow people to come in. So big up to Anastasia's Date, who was on the other show. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Big up Mark Cook. Thank you very much for all your support as always. By the way, before we start, the link is in the chat. I'll kindly ask if anybody hasn't subscribed, please do. It would mean the world to me, especially after the last stream. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe. I have pinned it in the chat and I'm putting it in right now. So if you could subscribe, I'd be very, very grateful with that. Please smash the like button as well. It really does help the stream. And please, can we keep it to football? Please, can we keep it to football and not my personal life? Thank you very much. Costa del Spur has said Vic was man of the match. Yeah, he's definitely Spurs man of the match for sure. Definitely Spurs man of the match. Absolutely. But it is what it is, right? Jack Phillips said, Savva, we stand with you against whoever this person is. They don't deserve to be shown publicly. Listen, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Trying to keep it together, to be honest with you. My man of the match are Savva and Haas for watching the dross. Listen, we all watched that dross. All Spurs fans did. It's not good. It wasn't nice to watch, but these things happen. Yeah, what can you do about it? There's not a lot you can do about it. We weren't very good. And Tottenham Hotspur, it was, to say a bad day at the office, I think would be a real understatement. I think it was an awful day at the office. Big up to Mario, channel member. So thank you, Sam, for all the hard work. Yeah, appalling behaviour it was. But, hey, it was worrying because it must have been someone I know to have said that comment. So it's very worrying. It's fine. It's fine. I tell you what, let's get back to football. William says, Savva, those people who need you, you don't need them. While you keep going, they will be rattled and faced. Yeah, absolutely. Big up. Listen, thank you for all the nice messages. I really appreciate the messages. Where to go? I mean, let me know. Are there enough people in the chat? Let me know that want to come on and want to have their say. I don't know if people do want to talk about that. I'll put the link in the chat. How's that? We'll see who wants to come on. Anyone can have their say. The link is in the chat. Let me say this. There are rules. You must have your name. You must have your camera on. Anyone that doesn't won't be allowed on the show. Please, be somewhere quiet. Be somewhere where you can talk. Please be concentrating. Don't be turning up playing. Don't be turning up playing video games or not concentrating on it. So please, here is the link if anyone wants to come on and have their say about tonight's game. Craig, you can come on from your phone as long as we can hear you. It's absolutely fine. Thank you. I did read it out, Jason. So thank you very much. Really appreciate that. What I care about more It's this chat here now. Smash the like button. There's over 130 of you in here, only 38 likes. Smash that like button. If anyone would be so kind, subscribe. It is pinned in the chat. Please, please, please do subscribe. It means the world to me. Please smash the subscribe button here. Tony, it is what it is. I'll deal with it when I finish streaming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Adam Crew, they're checking a penalty, by the way, in the Arsenal-West Ham game. I don't think it is. Terribly defensively, but also in attack, we were awful. Son and Johnson so weak. Yes, for me, Son, Johnson, Kulu. Son, Johnson, Richie. The front three doesn't do enough for me. There's not enough there. I think there's a lot that needs to happen. The link is here, by the way. The link is here. Craig, you're saying you can't see it. There it is. Here it is. There. The link is there. There you go. The link is there in the chat. Mario, absolutely. Why did we wait until 80 minutes before playing good football? Absolutely shocking. Absolutely terrible. It was a bad game. And I think the premise of everything that's happened, I think the premise of everything that happened was Spurs fans saying that I want Spurs to lose, which is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely mad. Been a Spurs fan for 41 years, never wanted Spurs to lose. And absolutely shocking. Big up Angus. Yeah, you boys struggling at the moment, right? What do you do? Fancy your boys to come back into it? But look, let's start with Tottenham against Brighton. Look, I think most people before the game were predicting a win. I said there's no excuses. We should be Brighton had a depleted team. We had a depleted team. After the first couple of minutes, I didn't think we were at the races. We were second to every ball. We couldn't hold it up. When you look at the front three, they couldn't hold it up. Kulusevski's pull on the back of, was it Welbeck? Not needed. I just think they were dominant. They were absolutely dominant until the 80th minute when we decided that we could play when we were 4-0 down. And unfortunately, we paid the price for it. Yes, you could say that we made a fist of it in the end. You could say we made a fist of it at the end. But really, really poor. All-round poor. I think the only one that comes out with any credit in that game for me is Vicario again. I think that I thought we were poor v Everton. I think we've followed it up with another poor game. I haven't seen much handball in the last two games. And it is what it is. Sue Smith said, really, really shit day at the office. We've been pushing our luck for a while now. Yeah, we have. But hey, it is what it is. Big up. I'm going to bring on Craig Nichols. You hear my Craig? Craig?
Hello, mate. How you doing? I can hear you, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, good. How you doing?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah, very well, mate. Yourself?
I don't think you can hear me properly, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you as well, mate. Good man.
Okay, what did you think of tonight's game?
Oh, I can, mate. Now I can. Yeah. We're good.
Craig, log off and log back on. You're miles behind.
Right. Okay, mate. We'll do.
Okay. Whilst we wait for Craig to sort his audio out, he's gone. We're going to bring on Bill. Big up, Bill. How you doing, my man? You well?
All right, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Are you the Bill that is the channel member?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How you doing? How did you find that game?
Not that good.
Oh.
It's been coming. It's been coming, if you ask me. What do you think?
I think it's tough. I think there's going to be games like that. And I just think that we get a little bit carried away before every game. You're seeing people in the chat saying, Richie hat-trick. We're going to win 4-0. This is a really poor Brighton team. We've got too much for them. And then we put in a performance like that. And I just think there's so much work to be done. But we knew that, right, Bill? There's so much to be done at this club.
you know my thoughts already. I think it's almost as if one game can change a person's opinion on any single player there is. I mean, Richarlison, 60 games, couldn't score a goal with his feet. And then all of a sudden scores a goal and we don't need a striker anymore. Lo Celso hasn't completed 90 minutes in 5 years, more or less. Plays one good game and we don't need a creative midfield. Do you know what I mean? Everything's overhyped to the nth degree, and it gets on my nerves, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we saw that, especially if you look back to the summer. I remember in the pre-season games where, Lo Celso was pulling strings against teams like the Lions City Sailors. And people would say things like, when he plays like this, Ange will turn him into a world beater and he's brilliant. Then he scores a couple of goals in the league and everyone goes, this guy's quality. But again, I'm not blaming him for tonight, by the way, because he only played a little bit, but he's not good enough. Hill's not good enough. Richarlison, for me, I think, all right, scored a couple of goals lately, but all round his play. Son, I know we're not allowed the conversation about Son, but when he's not scoring goals, I don't know what he does.
The worry we've got, I say it's a worry. I mean, after tonight, we've got one more game and then half of them clear off to the international teams, don't they? But after, what have we got? What have we got after them? Do you know what I mean? Like, people, no doubt now, people will hype up Valise.
Yes.
People hype up Valise and say, well, we'll be okay now, and we won't. I go back to this, and I said it from the beginning. I went a bit over the top and said about we won't win a game until Van de Ven and Maddison are back. But I think you can get where I'm coming from with that. We aren't the same, certainly aren't the same team without Van de Ven in play that style of football. And we just don't look like we can create anything without Maddison. And obviously with the two centre-halves out now, and with Andrew's persistence on playing who he plays, we're in trouble. I really think
I agree. Do you know what? The thing is for me, and I obviously I think you've seen some of the hate I get. You probably saw it on the last stream. I think the thing is for me, what people don't like about what I've said about Spurs, Bill, is look, as I said, I'm 41 years of age, right? And I'm guessing you're probably going to be somewhere in and around that age, somewhere with me in there. 5 years younger?
Yeah.
Good on you. Thanks. Good on you, right? Now, the thing is, for me, the way I see it is I've always maintained that I think what Postecoglou wants to do at Spurs, you can see.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with what he wants to do. I think he'll be frustrated because I think it's going to take him a while to do it. I think some of the problem is I think a lot of our fans are mistaking the patches of good football we play for being ready to compete with the big boys just yet. And I just think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I think there's so many players that need to go, so many players that need to come in, and there's a lot that needs to be ironed out of this club. Yes, we're going to win games. Yes, when we do win games, we're going to look great. But when we do lose games like that, like against Chelsea, like against Wolves, we look dreadful. And I think it's going to take some time to get all this sorted.
You said it at the beginning of the season, mate. There'll be some ups and there'll be some downs.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I mean, this is one of the downs tonight. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of fans that just can't seem to understand that. Like, with the first 10 games, everyone got overexcited. And here we are. Here we are now, with when we go down to our 12th and 13th and 14th player.
Yeah.
This is what we've got. And yeah, I could go on a whole Levy thing.
Yeah.
We all know about the Levy thing.
I mean, look, I feel like tonight there was more than enough on that pitch to win that game. There's more. Listen, injuries, yes, but you're looking at, this isn't Brighton's first team. There's no Webster at the back or Veltman at the back. There's no Matoma. Right? There's no Solly March.
Take away Stupidan's goal tonight. That was embarrassing. The goals, a lot of it was embarrassing, really.
I agree. I agree. So, I think that I like what we're doing. I think we're going to have a good year, but You know what? At the beginning of the season, I don't know if you heard me, I predicted fifth to eighth. Now I think it will be fifth to seventh. I think it will be fifth to seventh now, right? By the way, anybody who's trying to come in at the back end, if you don't have your camera on, you're not coming on. You can have a name if you don't have your camera on. After what just happened, you are not coming on, just so you know. I think fifth to seventh is where we're going to finish. I think we're going to fall just shy, and I think games like that will show me why. You know what's going to happen, though? I think we will beat Bournemouth. I've got no doubt we'll beat Bournemouth, and then people will get the hype again. And I think what we've got to stop doing as fans is getting, I'm there, right? I'm there. That's what people don't like about me. Some people are there. Some people are there. I'm there. I think it's good, but I think it needs a lot of years.
Bournemouth game
at Spurs. At Spurs.
Yeah, we might get away with that one then. I just maintain without a certain 2, 3, maybe 4 players in this team, we are what we saw tonight, and you've alluded to it as well during the season. We've got away with a lot of games. You know what I mean? We play lovely football for about 60, 65 minutes. We tire out, and then we get away with it. You can't get away with it, certainly at this time of stage of the season as well. You know, games coming thick and fast, and with his insistence on not being able to rotate players and get players on quickly. That's another thing that really bugs me. You know, like, it's the same players that play every week. Even how could you not play a centre defender? Play players in a position. You know what I mean? Like, you're setting them up to fail, in my opinion. But we can't say that, obviously. You know, we can't.
Yeah, look, I think for me, why I don't get so upset about the games, right? Like, why if you notice, I don't lose my mind when we win. And I don't lose my mind when we lose, because I think you're going to have this all season. Bill, you heard me at the beginning of the season. I said, we're going to win a lot of games this year playing good football. We're equally going to lose some games playing badly. This isn't a shock. I think what I would like to see, though, and I will let you go in a second so that I can get Craig on as well. But Bill, what I would like to see, I don't know about you. I do know about you because you said this in the comments. I would have liked to see in a game where we've conceded 4 away anyway, why not give Ashley Phillips a run at centre-half instead of Emerson Royale?
Bring him on. Like we saw, what was that young lad that scored first goal for...
Valise.
No, for them.
Yeah, Hinshelwood, the 18-year-old right back.
We can't play 18-year-old homegrown players, can we?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that right there should be an eye-opener to the fan base that, all right, they may not be ready, but how will we ever know if they're ready? If they don't at least get 5 minutes. I mean, he was bringing Donnelly on, and then suddenly Kulu shot back to life, and it didn't bring him on. Anyway, can't get too critical of him, of Ange, but at the same time, we're allowed to question that manager. We have to. If we can give him all the praise, we can also question him.
Listen, I will praise and question managers and equal. I don't care what anyone says to me. I will always do that, right? Because otherwise, you end up in an echo chamber where you're only allowed to say nice things. But listen, Bill, fantastic to meet you. I know, obviously, we chat every day in the comments, but fantastic to meet you. Thanks so much, my friend. I really do appreciate seeing a friendly face come on. And listen, I'm sure you'll be in the comments. And thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mate. Yeah, speak next time.
Take care, bro. Take care, mate. Big up in the back of the stream. We have got, Bill, I'll kick you out the stream in the nicest possible way. There you go. Craig, you're back. And is it working? Are you good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. Yeah, loud and clear, man. We're good.
Good. Just before you say anything, Arsenal 0, West Ham United 2 is a full-time score. So there's some good news from the evening, right? There's some good news from the evening.
Yeah, what a touch, mate. That's fucking awesome. What a touch. Yeah. That's great news. News, mate. Great news.
Mate, talk to me. When you saw the team selection tonight, what did you think?
So I was worried, mate. I was worried. Like, to begin with, you've got Emerson and Davis at the back. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be sceptical with them two coming there. Come on, mate. Brighton, a fucking main good footballing team. Everyone in the chat was sitting there going 3-1 Spurs, 3-1 Spurs. I was like, mate, I'm sceptical of this. Like, Brighton are a good side. Like, they're dangerous. I mean, don't worry about the recent results, mate. I mean, Tottenham and Brighton are fucking dangerous, mate. And they literally pulled us apart like a bit of toffee. Like, we were gone, mate.
I
we were absolutely gone.
Do you know what? I've been asked all week, what's the score? What you predicting for Brighton?
Savva, can I ask you a question, mate? Do you actually think we've got a good enough squad? I don't at all.
For what is the question? For what?
Well, basically, like a good enough squad to have like 3 or 4 mainstream players missing, yeah, and then still pull off a win against Brighton away. I mean, I don't think we have at all.
I think that if we were playing Brighton's first team,
but then it'd been 6-0, Savva.
I agree. What I'm saying is, if we were playing Brighton's first team, I'd sit there and go, "Oh, Brighton are going to wipe the floor with us." Yeah, this is a Brighton team that haven't been in form.
Yeah,
struggling to win games, struggling to score goals, and that's why I've said all week, I just don't know what to expect.
But what you're saying is every team in the Premier League at this moment in time mean inconsistent. That's what you're pretty much saying. Yeah, like, we're all mean inconsistent. So, like, none of us are touching woods on each ball. Like, do you know what I mean? We're all like, do you know what I mean? Like, a bit dodgy. We're a bit flannelly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I agree with you. As I said, look, I didn't know what to predict all week because Brighton are either sensational or very, very lackadaisical.
We're bad.
Tonight, they were very, very good, Brighton. They were first to every ball. They won every second ball. Young Hinchelwood at the back, I thought, had a really good game. Thought they were good. Yeah, but
were Brighton that good, though?
I thought they were.
Like, I think they got through really easy.
Oh, they did. But they still had to do it, right? They were good.
I think they played better football than us. Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, mate, I reckon they played better football than us, mate. But I don't think they were that good. I don't think they played that great football. They shouldn't have been 4-0 up. But we let them be 4-0 up because what we were doing. I don't think they were that great, mate. And I think that shows how bad Tottenham were on the other end. Do you know what I mean? The other end of the foot.
Yeah, look, mate, listen, I'm not making out Brighton to be the greatest team in the world. For me, as I said, there was enough out there from a Tottenham perspective for me that performance shouldn't have been happening. The problem is what we can't do, and this is what I see in every stream, it's becoming a bit of I'm seeing the same pattern from a lot of our fan base. Not all. I get in trouble for saying all of it, Craig. Some of our fan base, I'm seeing the same pattern.
So what do you mean by the pattern?
Right. So the pattern I see is before every game, 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, 3-1.
What, to Spurs?
Scores. Yeah, to Spurs, right?
What, to Spurs?
To Spurs.
Well, that's bullshit, yeah.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Then, when that doesn't happen, it's, but Romero's missing. And Maddison's missing. It's like, but you knew that before the game. So
you go off what the fucking hymn sheet is. What we're showing what our first 11 is, right? That's what you're going off. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I see the first 11 today, I was worried. I was very worried, and everyone was sitting there, main confident. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you so confident?" I mean, honestly, it's Brighton side are still decent. You know,
I
caused a lot of trouble.
I agree with you. I massively agree with you, my man. I really, really do. But look, at the end of the day, Spurs will be Spurs. As I said, I'll put this out there again for anyone that wants to listen to my actual opinion rather than just tell me I'm negative. Yeah. We are a good team. We are a good team that will have a good year. But let's just keep our feet on the ground before everyone talks about how much we're going to overtake Arsenal, City and Liverpool. It's not happening.
Listen, Savva, we never will. We never will. Unless we break the wage barrier to what we pay our players each fucking week, then we'll never come into that, like, competition. We'll never come into that speech, mate. we're not worthy enough to even come into that bracket. Like our players are decent; they're very decent footballers, right? But they're not great footballers, not world class footballers. They're not like penny pushers, and do you know what I mean? They're not quite up on that level, mate. You know, and all these people get mean excited because like what? Because we won 3 games on a bounce. Like we didn't deserve to win half of them. Let's be honest. Against Everton, we were shit for ages. Like,
well, the worry for me, I will let you go in a second, Craig, just because there's a few people in the back. But the worry for me is it was like after the 30th minute of the Everton game, it was like someone flicked a switch and we went from being very good to awful. And we carried that on from the 30th minute of the Everton game right away through Brighton.
And it's like it's resembled, hasn't it?
Exactly. But look, it is what it is. Look, Craig, thank you so much for persevering, trying to come on. Really appreciate it, my man.
Well, Savva, man. Lovely to meet you, man. You're a top geese, man. Keep up. Keep up, dude.
I try, man. I try. Thank you very much, bro. Take care.
All right, bud.
See you later.
Take care, man. Peace out, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. By the way, anyone in the back, if you haven't got your camera on, you're not coming on stream. There is not a chance you're coming on stream without your camera on after what just happened in the last stream. Look, let's go. Look, I've got an Arsenal fan in the back. This is good fun.
Game off, Savva. Game off.
Right. Okay, Craig, I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to bring in Andy. Here we go. How we doing? Listen, dude, listen. First of all, did you watch any of the Spurs game? I know you boys have just been playing. Did you watch any of the Spurs game?
I watched the first half an hour. Ouch, you were horrible.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I can't laugh too hard because I nearly lost my mind. Well done, Arsenal. You bottle jobs.
So, talk to me, mate. Talk to me in general then. Like, look, it was, again, I've been criticised. If you can imagine me being criticised, as I always am. I've been criticised for the last few months in saying, listen, Man City might not be at their best, but for me, they're still the best team in this league. And no one in the league has capitalised to take them out when they've won 1 in 6 before the weekend. 1 in 6 they'd won before they beat Everton yesterday. And at the moment, they're sitting in a position where if they beat Sheffield United at the weekend, they're 2 points off the top of the table.
Ouch. I mean, instead of capitalising on Manchester City, we even said somehow went backwards. I mean, Havertz, oh God, thank God he was suspended. But it didn't matter because we were absolutely awful.
You say that. You didn't look like scoring. Havertz has been scoring a few lately, no?
Oh, for God's sake. Listen, I asked you earlier. Fair. The thing is with the Arsenal-West Ham game, we were great for 10 minutes. Like, we were in complete control. They were on the back foot. They were being pinned down. They had one brain-dead moment from Zinchenko, and then they score. And that's been the problem with him because he's a good footballer. He's got his qualities. He cannot play at left back. His best games are always for Ukraine when he's playing in midfield or as an 8 or as a 10. Defensively, oh my word. Seriously, he's literally a circus clown at left back.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I mean, let me ask you a question. From a non-Spurs perspective, and I know you're quite sensible, you're not like some of them other Arsenal fans. When you see Spurs putting in that type of performance tonight, what do you make of us as a club? And obviously sensibly, what do you make of us where we are as a football club right now?
I mean, Ange's done better in his first quote-unquote phase than Arteta, so that's an uncomfortable conversation. But you guys, what? Conversations need to be had. But
yeah,
you guys have played really good football. You're a little bit, your finishing is a little bit inconsistent, and you do have a disaster class in you from time to time, but you did a lot better than I thought you would at the start of the season, and I can hold my hands up. Fair enough. You got to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to finish 8th or 9th.
Where do you think we can finish now? Where are you looking at placing Spurs in the table?
That's a tough one. Top 3, despite Arsenal's frailties, should be safe. 4th place is open, man. Because here's the thing. Newcastle have lost 4 out of their last 5, but I trust Eddie Howe. He's a good manager. Man United are out of it. Villa, they're going to slide off. West Ham, you never know. That means Spurs could well get 4th, but it depends on what you do in the January window because you've got a lot of players missing.
I'll tell you what, shall we have a look at this? Let's have a look at this together, my man. So everyone in the chat, you can see this, right? So if we look at the league table, Liverpool, 2 points clear from Arsenal, who missed the chance to go top. Aston Villa haven't won in 2 games and are still only 3 points off the top. They've been let off. Man City, 1 game in hand, been poor for a long time. They win their game. They're second in the table. They go above us. They'll go above you on goal difference, and they've got Sheffield United at the Etihad.
Go on, so father.
The thing I want to talk to you about and ask everyone in the chat about as well is everyone discounting West Ham too easily here?
Oh, God. I mean, here's the thing. West Ham played really well because they knew how to soak up pressure. Because we had the ball, we had about 74-75% of the ball and nearly 30 shots, but hardly any of them really tested Areola, and the ones that actually tested him, we could have or should have scored. And looking at this league table, we should be 6 points clear, but we weren't good enough. Liverpool should be far clearer; they weren't good enough. Villa. Come on, Sheffield United at home, that's criminal. And then to go 2 up at Man United and lose, embarrassing. So the league has been very forgiving because I thought City would run away with it 10 points clear, easy. But they're still going to win the title. But this was an opportunity, not just for Arsenal, but for Liverpool as well. So this is... we aren't the best team.
Do you see why when I say every year that I think Man City will win it? Because even when Man City aren't on form, look at them. Look at them right there. Game in hand, right? Game in hand at home to Sheffield United. For me, they're going to be 2 points off the top of the table with 19 games to go. De Bruyne to come back. Erling Haaland to come back. I mean, I'll ask you now. Who's winning the league? I'll ask you right now. Who's winning the league? By the way, I've got one more person waiting afterwards. Other than that, if you want to come on, there is the link. The link I'm putting in the chat right now if you want to have your say on all things Spurs and football.
Man City, 7 points, easy.
7? You think they'll win it by 7 points?
Yeah, no problem. Because Liverpool will try and win as many trophies as possible. Arsenal under Arteta clearly don't take the cup competition seriously, and unless we win the Champions League, there's no way I can call the season a success. And Arsenal in Europe, good joke. But
it's interesting, isn't it? I just don't think that anyone. Listen, other than Man City, I don't think anyone's as good as they think they are. But hey, listen, it is what it is. Abdi, listen, dude, thanks for coming on. Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure because you're always honest. So thanks very much. We're going to bring on Yuvraj, my man from Liverpool. He must be very happy right now. They're sitting halfway through the season. They're top. They've lost 1 game all season and only conceded 16 goals. And everyone keeps telling me that Liverpool can't defend. They've conceded 16 goals. Abdi, thanks, bro. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, just one more thing before I go.
Go for it, man.
Liverpool at Anfield, we bottled it and then Liverpool bottled it against Man United. Both teams, when we went to Anfield, Liverpool and Arsenal both should have won. But we weren't good enough when it mattered. So it's why City are always going to win the league for a while because they have standards. Liverpool have a little bit of standards. Arsenal have no shame. Why we never win.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Listen, dude, thanks for coming on. I'll see you next time. All right, bro? Yuvraj, top of the table, my friend. 2 points clear. Are you winning this table? By the way, did you watch Spurs tonight?
Well, I had both games on, so won this both double screen. So I watched both, but I was focused on the Arsenal game more because it's obviously we're in the towers of the Arsenal. So I was focused on. I did watch the Spurs game, which I mean I can't lie, Spurs just suck. that's the reality. I can't lie, Spurs just they don't suck. But I think the thing about this season, right, it's not as good as like last season quality wise. Like I don't think the Premier League's in quality for like past 3 years because you can still get top 4 despite being how bad you are. Because I'm looking at United. United are not that good. Villa, I don't think they're that capable of. Because you've seen them under pressure. I can't like Villa under pressure. I don't think that good. Like we've seen it by Sheffield United. They had a chance to go top. What happened? They drew. So I just think Spurs still could get top 4 despite this like poor form. They're not even on poor form. It's just despite the Spurs not being that great. But like yeah, I think you need signing in January though. Signings in January need to happen for you guys to go top 4. That's you need to do that though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Listen, I think fourth is still doable. I'm not saying it's not in any way, shape, or form, but it can't have performances like that away at Brighton. I mean, Brighton are a good team, but this isn't Brighton of last year. This is a Brighton team that haven't been in good form. To concede 4, are you surprised we conceded 4 today?
No, with that defense, I'm not surprised at all. Like, the thing with Brighton. Like they're a very weird team because one you look at Brighton once that they get you see them get bad 5-0 but then they beat like a Tottenham or United. It's just Brighton are a weird team. I think De Zerbi's a bit overrated. I think people overhype him a bit. I think he's a good manager potential wise, but I think people go over the top. But I think De Zerbi, considering he has injuries as well, to be fair. But to be fair, I think he's a bit overrated. But I think Brighton deserved the win. I know Spurs did do a bit in the last 10 minutes, but I think Brighton had it under control, really. So, well, actually, you could actually come back, to be fair, 4-0. If you did a 4-4 comeback, then that probably would have been the best comeback of past few years because 4-0 down with 10 minutes to go. But we all knew, I knew Brighton would hang on just because Spurs was too late for Spurs to do anything. He needs to score early.
And just quickly talk to me before I let you go. Talk to me about Liverpool. Are you winning this league? You're top of the league, halfway stage. Are you winning it?
If we make signs in January, I think if we get a centre back, which we definitely did, and a striker, because I think we need a forward, because I can't our forward line is not doing great at the moment. I think we can survive without a DM. And if you asked me this before the season, before start of season, if you told me we could survive without a DM, I would say, oh no. I think we could. Because Endo's starting to settle in. Perfect timing. McAllister's back he's going to be back for the Newcastle game, fingers crossed. So, I think we can survive without a DM. But listen, do I trust my owners to spend? I do not know. Because my owners, they're not. Listen, hopefully they prove me wrong. I think we get Inacio. He's been, Liverpool are really interested in him, apparently. Get me Inacio right now. Because we need a centre-back desperately. I think it will only be a centre back. I think our January will be just only a centre back, even though I think we need a forward. But I think we can survive without a forward for the whole season. So I think we can win this league title. It's there for the taking. You just got to spend right in January. That's all you have to do. Spend the money.
Do you think you're better than Man City?
No, but however, I think we just. It's difficult. I think the key period for us, if we get past the Salah period where we're without Salah, I think we could do it in the league possibly. Because if we deal without our top scorer, I think that's going to give the confidence very high. But I think Man City are still favourites, even though I think Man City win the league, despite my hope. Because I think Man City are just that level above us. I think next season, I think we could win it. But this season, I think it's a year early for our... Because to be fair, before the season, I said we were in top 4 race. But then, look, expectations changed this season, so I'm not going to hide that. So, listen, I think we're going to compete for the title, but are we going to win it? If I'm going to be real, probably not, because I think Man City, like I said, are just different quality. KDB's back, Haaland's back, Doku's back. So I'm not confident, but look, if we spend in January, we can still have a successful season, despite not winning the league. We could not win the league. I think, unlike Arsenal, and this is no dig by the way, Arsenal are out the cup. They don't take the cup seriously, and we take the cup seriously, and we have a high chance of winning the Europa League. We're favourites for that. Carabao Cup, we're favourites for that as well. FA Cup, I don't think we're going to beat that. I don't think we're going to beat Arsenal away.
Yeah.
Because I think the injuries, we have injuries right now, actually. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, we actually have injuries. No one realizes it, but we actually have mad injuries right now. Robertson, Bicetic, Thiago, who else? McAllister's out right now. Jota just come back now. But look, overall, listen, I think Man City win the league. That's my prediction. But look, if we do stuff in January, you never know. Like we could be up there. I think we're guaranteed to be in the Towers, but will we win it? That's another question. But yeah, I think Man City win the Premier League. Annoyingly, 4-peat.
Yeah, I agree. I've been saying it all season. Everyone knocks me down for it, but I don't see anything that makes me think otherwise. Listen, Yuvraj, thank you so much for coming on as always, mate. I always appreciate your candidness. So thank you very much for coming on. Take care, bro, and I'll see you soon. All right.
Yep.
Big up to you. So let's have a look. Craig, do me a favor. Come back in 5 minutes. I'm just going to do some stats and stuff. Do me a favor. Come back in 5 minutes, man. I'm just going to do some stats before I get anyone on. Big up, Colin. It says, Savva, what went on at the end of your stream was disgusting. Find out who it was and put their name out there. You should not have to go through that. It's only a game of football. Yes, it was absolutely disgusting. Nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. The worrying thing is it's someone I know. Has to be someone I know from the YouTube community. And that's absolutely disgusting. So I will have an inquest into that, my end. And now I just trust absolutely no one. Absolutely no one at all. It is what it is. Let's have a look at this. Not this. I want to look at this. Let's have a look at the stats of today's game. Can everyone see that? Spurs ended up having more possession. Having more shots. The worrying thing is we allowed 9 shots on our goal. 9 shots on our goal. And Vicario kept us in it. Save after save after save. Passing. We had better passing ratios. Clear-cut chances, 1. We had 1 clear-cut chance in the whole game. Spurs fans, what do you make of it? I just don't know anymore. I don't know. I feel like we're so up and down as a football club. Didn't lose any at all, then didn't win for 5 in a row. 1-3, get battered today. Probably beat Bournemouth. Then what do you make of it, Spurs fans? What do you think? It's really, really poor. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, if everyone doesn't mind, my wife has seen the comment from the show before and is visibly upset. So if everyone doesn't mind, in the nicest possible way, I am going to end the show there. Please go over and watch, I think Henry's live. Go and watch Henry and just put in Savva Raid. I think I'm going to go and be with my wife and comfort her. And yeah, sorry that I need to cut it short. Unfortunately, some people have just taken things a bit too far. Before I do, Jerome, big up to you, Jerome. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, man. Said I just saw Spurs of old come back. When the game is all but gone, this is when they turn up. We need to get this mentality out. Yeah. Much love. Thanks, Jerome. Thanks, everyone else. I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. renewed, reinvigorated, and it's just a shame that people have to do this. And it's why I keep thinking about whether or not this is worth it. So I know who this is. This is one of the goals. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. Everyone else, take care. See you later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.